Okay, this is the second long video that I'm making today. 2018, January 5. But it's the 5th of this first month of 2018. It's Friday. And I was talking about my computer, talking about the 4 terabyte hard drive, and I was trying to partition it. I was trying to format it because I wasn't able to save it. And I did. For the whole hard drive, the whole external hard drive, 4 terabyte hard drive. I did it this morning, this Friday morning. I did it, and everything was okay, even though it wasn't okay because I was losing data. I got it backed up a little bit already on my desktop, luckily, but except for a lot of pictures, screenshots that was on the desktop, thousands of pictures, but not really valuable. But just the fact that I wasn't able to restore it makes me a little bit sad. But I was willing to just forget about it. Not forget about my 4 tapes, and I still got backups of that a little bit, but don't have the actual hard drives of the VHS tapes that I'm trying to get out of the shed, but I'm still waiting for that, or not waiting. I don't know if I'm gonna wait or not, or if I'm gonna go wait to Shelton or not. I've been talking about that. Oh, that's a secret. Or is it a secret or not a secret? I don't know, but this is the second video. I just got done talking for like 30 minutes or whatever. Almost 30 minutes, like I do in this daily private diary. That's not private, but I say it's diary, private diary, whatever, and don't watch it and everything, but I've been making a goal of trying to do this every day, where I post some pictures, videos, and posts about my life every day, even though it's not important, or maybe it is important, but trying to save my hard drive, and I formatted it, but then it said like half of it was like nothing, but not free space. It was the last half, and I just got done saying that at the end of my last video. Like it's I don't know what it is, and like it said that I only have like something like a little less than 2 terabytes of free space in my hard drives. The first half of the 4 terabytes, and then there's the second half that's like a mystery, because I can't look at the files there, but it's there, and it said that it formatted with the Gparted program, because I told it to format the whole entire hard drive. All 4 terabytes are actually 3.64 terabytes, and it said it did, but then it said, you only have something like 1.8 terabytes of free space, and then there's some used space too, of something like 400 megabytes or gigabytes or something, even though there shouldn't be anything on it at all, because I told it to just, get rid of everything, even though it actually doesn't, if until it's actually written over. So I decided to, after that, to move the, to like try to make the partition smaller in the first half of the hard drive and put it at the end. And so I told Gparted to do that, and then it said it's going to take like 20 hours, and it started doing it, but it started moving the data from the second half to the first half, even though I can't look at the data, the files or whatever that was like there before I erased it, or not. Maybe it was already on the hard drive and it came from the internet. Maybe people are able to access it and have like a cloud, maybe it's part of a cloud network where it's other people's stuff. Or maybe maybe Walmart had a used hard drive and already had stuff on it. Or maybe it's just the stuff that I actually put on it before I erased it accidentally. And that's what it is. I thought it was only like less than a terabyte, but it said something like 1.6 or something. So I'm still working on that and trying to figure that out. And still not sure exactly what I'm going to do in life in general, with all the different things of taking care of myself and getting back on my feet and everything. And I was telling my mom in the emails about, how do I know if I'm on my feet or not, or how would you know, or how would, your new husband, Larry, or anybody else, that's the kind of thing that I worry about and I think about and stuff. And I feel like people don't really understand or believe in me and like my future, of what I'm going to do in the future, based on what I've already done, especially with my dad not really saying to people that I know how to make an income, I know how to work, and I've had different jobs in my life. I'm 32 years old, I was born in 85, I was homeschooled, grew up in Pottersville, Oregon, and lived in Hawaii, New York, and West Virginia, a little bit in California, and in Washington State. I lived in a couple different places in America. Lived in Vietnam for 5 years. Did a lot of different kinds of work and stuff. And I try to tell people that I know how to do this, and I say it again and again because I feel like nobody's representing me, and nobody's gonna tell people that Joey Arnold, he can work, he has work, he knows how to do this and this and that, and I feel a little bit like Donald Trump or some other celebrities, and it's really easy to be misrepresented and stuff, and that's why it's good to have a family, good to have a home, it's good to have close friends that know you, that can represent you and stuff. Unfortunately, my biggest mistake is not really having that, or I kind of had it at times, but I kind of lose it, or maybe I burn my bridges with people. Maybe I did some bad things with people in my relationships with people because I'm trying to do too many things, but it's kind of a good thing, but a bad thing too, kind of thing. And it's a long story, but I'm telling you a lot of different stories about me and, going here, going there, different places, different states, different jobs, trying to think, okay, maybe I can do this, maybe I can do that. A lot of people have this same kind of story, and that's why I tell my story, so that you can understand your story, perhaps. And so I'm emailing my mom afternoon and evening, until like 5:30 when the first grade library closed. After I was at the Yellow House working for my dad at the Yellow House doing weeding, a little bit of weeding, not so much landscaping. Landscaping could be a little bit of a, what do you call it, when you monitor the land and try to figure out, how to put the building onto the land. And there's other jobs related to landscaping too. My dad is mostly just a weeder and a gardener and stuff, and not so much the other kinds of stuff that's more professional and stuff, where you have to figure out is the land level and stuff. Not to say that my dad hasn't done those kinds of things, but I just want to be a little bit more specific in the terminology of what is a landscaper and stuff. But I always like to call myself a landscaper, and because like my dad called himself a landscaper. But anyways, talking to my mom, writing my mom about me and my life and everything, and I really hope that people can get me and understand my position. Like, for example, like, I want people to know that I didn't run away from Vietnam, and I was in Vietnam, and I love Vietnam, and I love the people and everything, and I was thinking about living in Vietnam forever and everything, but that didn't happen exactly. And I was trying to think ahead and everything, and like I really wanted to, like, like I've been thinking about this for 5 years in Vietnam. I came to Vietnam in 2012, and a lot of times I was thinking, okay, maybe I'm gonna maybe live here forever, or maybe go to other countries, or maybe come back to America. And I wasn't really sure. The longer I stayed, the more I felt like I could stay forever. And even now, in 2018, I still feel like I could go back and live there, or live in an Asian country, live in other countries, be an English teacher like before. An English teacher is a little bit like a camp counselor in so many ways. And I was a camp counselor for 5 years at different camps. And then I went to Vietnam, and I was an English teacher for some schools and centers, and then I was a freelancer, and I was working for myself as an English teacher, and people would come to me. Sometimes I went to them, houses and coffee shops and all these different places, sometimes the park, different places that had a bicycle, rode around, mostly Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon, but it started out in the north in Bắc Ninh and Hanoi a little bit, but like the first 2 months, and also Hoa Binh and Thanh Hoa, and those a few different cities in the north of Vietnam. I was there for the first 2 months because I came around Thanksgiving. Right after Thanksgiving, I went to Vietnam. Thanksgiving, right after Thanksgiving, it was the 28th of November 2012. Came to Vietnam, and everything happened, and I still gotta write my story about that, and working on it, making videos. And I'm not really making videos. I'm doing this, every day, making a little podcast, vloggy thing, whatever thing. Came back to America on Thanksgiving, 23rd of November 2017. That was Thanksgiving Day. So I just got back and everything, and so I'm thinking about all this stuff, and so I've had this experience and all this kind of stuff, and everything that I've done in my life has got me to this point and everything. And I know who I am, but I feel like a lot of times people don't know, especially my dad, and feel like he knows more about my siblings than me, and that kind of insults me. Like it infects me with like anger and stuff, and I just want to walk away from my dad and never see him ever again, and call him dead to me, kind of thing. Like disown him from my own family, even though I can't totally in a legal sense or whatever, but in a different kind of sense, like spiritual or something, emotional, socially speaking, or whatever you want to call it. But I'm not saying that I'm right to do so, or that I should, or that I will, but I am feeling, I'm kind of plotting inside my head like that I'm gonna walk away and maybe like just go out and live with my mom in Salton, and maybe I'll do that this month in January 2018 or something. But I kind of don't want people to know. But I told my mom that I'm coming and stuff, hopping on Amtrak, try to do that, and this is for the record, because this is like I'm telling you that this is probably what I'm gonna do and stuff. And if somebody's watching this, and then they can tell my dad and tell Robin Baker and James Dodson, go, oh no, I was watching the video, I'm just sitting there watching hundreds of hours of Joey Arnold talking about everything, and I heard him say this. I've been saying it a few times in these little videos, and I don't know anybody watching this. So this is almost like the kind of thing, like it's almost like it's here, but nobody's going to see it unless if people do see it. I'd be a little bit surprised when I get, followers and stuff, but I probably wouldn't get followers for this. I'd probably get followers for, like, if I start making videos that are a little bit entertaining, where I'm singing a song like, I want a ham, I want to eat a ham and be a ham. Maybe not that one. Maybe that's not a good idea. But sometimes I don't have really good ideas. But let you decide. You decide, what kind of songs do you want me to sing? What kind of things do you want me to talk about and stuff? And I could be a celebrity or something and help you and educate you and entertain you and everything, whatever that I'm good at. I think I'm good at a lot of kind of stuff. But I really want people to understand that I've been able to make money, and I've had an income, salary and stuff from the different jobs in my life. And now, since June 2017, I started making money online with the Bitcoin and with Steam.com. And there's a few other websites that are using money a little bit, or the cryptocurrency, the blockchain, and the cryptocurrency was the digital money, but it's through the blockchain, is decentralized. So digital money is not the same as cryptocurrency. I was trying to tell TJ that Wednesday night in the Bible study at the First Christian Church near the First Car Library. And there's a lot of other people that are like Christian, or all kinds of people all around the world that may not get in. So people do get about what Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is all about, but it's not digital money. Like, it's not a monopoly. It's not through the government or companies or big banks. It's not centralized. It's decentralized. So there's a big difference, and I really want people to know. So I'm all about education for the most part, through entertainment and stuff like that. And that's what I'm all about. And so I've been making a little bit of money, not a lot of money, but a few $100s with Steam.com in 2017, and I'm getting back to that. And I'm going to try to use other websites to make money too, possibly Minds.com, Gab.ai. There's a few others, but I can't think of it right now. But and then maybe have more ways for people to donate if they believe in me. Continue to try to make better videos. Better videos. Not this. This is not a video. This is not really a video because this is just me yambling with me. So this is not really something that people are going to be like, oh wow, I really enjoy you talking to yourself for like 5 hours. Maybe some people, some weirdos. You're not a weirdo if you're watching it. You're a really great, smart person if you're watching this. But if you're actually watching the whole thing, and some people might kind of look at it and fast forward and stuff, and look at, okay, is he still talking? And go, okay, let's skip ahead to the 20th hour, 20th minute or whatever. And stuff. Some people are doing that, but anyways, I gotta practice and everything, learning how to talk, how to be more concise and stuff, because I'm all over the place, and I've always been like that all my life. But I really want people to know, and I want people to give me credit for everything that I've done, or some of it, a little bit. Like, I would like my dad to be like, he's not doing so good now. Just that one word would make me feel better whenever my dad, Donald Melvin Rasp Arnold, born 1950, September 26th in Los Angeles, and was adopted by the Arnold family, but it was originally part of the Rasp family from Amsterdam. His father was born in Amsterdam, Holland, Netherlands, in 1906, I think 1906, that's my father's father, he was Peter Marinus Rasp, born in Amsterdam. I really want to know more about my dad's dad, my dad's side of the family. And he said last night that my mom's side of the family is successful, like doctors and lawyers, and Skip said the same thing about her family. Not just my mom's family, because Skip was a stepmom, because my mom's mom died when my mom was about 19 or 20 years old. That was difficult, and Skip came along later because my mom's dad married Skip later on, and that was good, and until he died in 2008, and Uncle Wolf Jim Williams died in 2008 too, and that was kind of sad. But life goes on, and the memories goes on, and I like to try to be the family historian, try to put it all together. I want to know more about my family, both sides. We know more about my mom's side, and that's good, but I really want to know more about my dad's side. And so I really want people to get me and what I'm trying to do, and give me a little bit of credit, at least for for people to say something like, oh, I see what you're trying to do. That makes me feel a little bit better. But for people to not even acknowledge what I'm trying to do, or some of what I've already done. You don't have to know everything about me, but it would be nice if you're able to defend me to an extent. Maybe not as much as I would want it, but if you gave it an effort to defend me a little bit, I'd feel a little bit better. And that's what I would say to my dad if I was talking to him. But I don't really feel like I should say it at all, because I feel like he wouldn't get it. Because if he isn't already doing it now that he's 67 years old, he's probably not going to do it. His character and everything, I can try, but you can't teach a dead horse a new tricks, a dead old dog new tricks, or whatever. You can't. I mean, you could try, and in some cases you can. There's some exceptions and stuff, but I gotta move on and stuff. And here I am just talking to myself and stuff forever, and I don't know if this is really worth it, but I'm gonna try and stuff. But at least for my mom, I have a little bit of hope for my mom, and that's part of the reason why I would like to go see my mom for a little bit. And maybe they can help me with a lot of things, like get an apartment, live in a shelter for a little bit. I don't know if that's really the thing that I should do or not, because it's better to have a house and not just an apartment. An apartment's a waste of time. I told her that in the email last night, but I really hope that like my mom and Larry can get, especially Larry, like that. Maybe I do need help to get back on my feet, but at the same time not help to get back on my feet, because I am and I'm not on my feet and off my feet at the same time. It's a paradox, because it's first you got to think about what it means to be on your feet or not. The idiom, whenever people talk about that, they kind of mean like when you get off your feet and you need to get back on your feet, what they basically mean is that you're probably fired from a job. So your boss came to you, your employer, your boss comes and it says like Donald Trump, you're fired, and you get fired, and now you're off your feet and you need help, and you get some help from other people or something, or you become homeless. Or something terrible happens, maybe you die or get sick or something, but you're off your feet because you were fired, or maybe something else. Okay, I understand. Maybe something else. Maybe there's some other possibilities. Maybe you weren't fired. Maybe it's this, maybe that. But let's just go with the fired scenario. That's normally what it is. That's normally what the concept is. It's like you're working or something, like work or volunteer or whatever, something like work, probably work, because that's the most important thing that people think about, because it's all the almighty dollar is the thing that people care about a lot. And so it's like you're working, and then now you're not working, you don't have the money and stuff, and you're off your feet. Okay, you're off your feet. That's very simple. Now you need to get a job again, hopefully not get fired and get money again. Now, if that's the definition, of needing to get back on your feet, then by that definition alone, I'm not a part of that. I'm not in that definition. I'm really not in that definition. Because I would say, first of all, did I have a boss? No. Now, there may have been times in my life I had a boss and they fired me or something. Then I needed to get back on my feet. I mean, if that is the definition for needing to get back on your feet again, kind of thing, then it's like, yeah, that's what I was, and that's what I was in. I was in those situations, but not now, because I was my own boss. Now, did I fire myself? Because I was a freelance English teacher, so I work for myself. I have the clients and the students come to me, and I make the money myself, and I might be more like on a vacation right now, because I can always go back and continue my work by going to Vietnam, going to another country, going somewhere where I can teach English at a school, a center, by myself, house, their house, my house, a coffee shop, something. In America, in Vietnam, in other countries, I don't know, here, there, anywhere. I could do that because I'm my own boss, and I've been a boss for most of the last 5 years, since 2012. A little bit in 2012, and it started a lot more in 2013. Especially when I came to Ho Chi Minh City for the first time early in 2013, February 10. It was a Sunday, on an airplane, and I had a tour guide, this woman. She was able to show me around a little bit, and that was good, and so it started from there. So I'm my own boss kind of thing, so it's not like I'm on my feet. If I didn't get off my feet, then I'm not really off my feet. Now, I may be off my feet in a financial kind of way, and that might be the definition that some people would take, is that it's like you're not working, and you're not, making as much money as you were in a as consistent basis as before, and therefore you're not on your feet by that definition. That's why I was saying that I'm on and off my feet at the same time, because it depends on your definition of what you mean. And so people may look at me as like a puppy, or some kind of fat lazy guy who doesn't want to work and stuff. And I would say I'm not a poor little puppy. I'm not a little boy. I'm not a little kid. And and I'm not some kind of weird freak man, fat little lazy dude, big dude, little weirdo dude that doesn't want to work and stuff. But people will think of me as that, especially in my dad, and now you got my mom and Larry and why are you talking about me? Why are you talking about him? I'm talking about my life, and I feel like I should have the freedom to talk about my life a little bit. No, you don't have the freedom. What? I don't have the freedom to talk about my life? But seriously, like, trying to figure out how to put everything back together kind of thing. Not to say that it wasn't, but it is and isn't at the same time. That's another paradox. A lot of paradoxes. So, I just feel like I'm probably wasting my time a little bit too much by making these videos, because I'm just standing here talking, trying to make sense of it. But I think it's probably better to do it, and I probably would do better with an apartment as opposed to no apartment at all. And so my plan is to make sure that I have everything I need here in Forest Grove and in Oregon in general, my home state, Oregon, my home city, Forest Grove. Make sure I got everything before I try to go, but I'm still going to try to email and Facebook my mom a little bit about questions like, how much money would I be expected, or would I be required to make, from my mom, from Larry, if I was living there, and then, how long would I have to, have, or how long would I have until I have to, move out of their house, my mom's new house, Larry's house in Shelton, Washington, and have my own apartment. How much would they expect me to make from work? And what is the definition of work? Because does it have to be just a normal job where you actually get up and you go somewhere and you work and you come home and then they mail you money, or you go there and you get the money every month for a salary, or every 2 weeks or something? Is that the only definition of work for Larry? With my mom, maybe not my mom. My mom kind of gets the cryptocurrency and the Bitcoin and steaming a little bit, but she kind of like says, well, it might be a little bit of a bubble because of what people are saying, like from nationalnews.com and some of the websites where they're skeptical of Bitcoin, or maybe they're jealous, or maybe they're not telling you the whole story. I don't really know what they were doing, because they're kind of saying that Bitcoin has a backdoor kind of thing, but it doesn't really have a backdoor because it's not Apple, and it's not a digital money, because it's different. Like I said, it's not the same as a digital money that comes from, like your bank that's centralized, something like from Rothschild and Rockefeller and the people that started it back from the 1700s, 300 years ago, or maybe before that and stuff. It's not a centralization kind of thing. Blockchain and cryptocurrency, that comes from cryptography and everything. You got to look at that up. Look it up. It's different. I promise you, it's a little bit different. Here's a wall. Build a wall. Everybody has walls and everything. And sometimes some people are like, oh, you can have a wall, but I need a wall for my house and around my yard and land and everything. People need to have a little bit more of some common sense. But so I really don't know. I don't know exactly what kind of resolution I'm gonna have, or clarity with like my mom and Larry, for example. But I'm gonna try my best to try to prepare myself, make sure that I have an Oregon ID card, make sure that the food stamps thing is okay, maybe. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use it in Washington State. I've done it before, I think, maybe, but regardless of that, I'm gonna try to just continue to do the normal things, put myself back together, kind of thing. Not to say that I wasn't apart or together or not, but I don't know, long story, but still trying to figure out how to tell my story and stuff, and I want to make sure that people can understand the complexity and simplicity of it, the paradoxes of everything and nothing at the same time, the hope it over dope kind of thing, and feel a little bit distracted and stuff a lot of times, and I still got a lot to say and everything, and a lot of times I get distracted and I go down rabbit trails, and I'm talking to people trying to do too many things, and that has been the root of a lot of problems in my life, where I'm just like trying to help too many people or trying to do too many things, and I just feel like I've always been a little bit broken, mostly because I was like in a broken home, and I was always nervous and uncertain about being able to guarantee my tomorrow, my future, and I worry a lot about tomorrow, my future kind of thing, and so then I get distracted with, okay, how am I gonna make sure that I'm okay, or my family, my mom, or especially my mom. When I after being in Bible college, I was at the Word of Life Bible Institute in Pottersville, Pottersville, New York, for 2 years. Graduated from that. It's only a 2-year college. Then I went to the Appalachian Bible College. It's 4-year college. There for a year, studying a lot of things, meeting a lot of people, great people, amazing people, and that's in West Virginia, Bradley, West Virginia. And so I was there for a year. So I was homeschooled, went to the First Grove High School, 2 Bible colleges for 3 years, New York and West Virginia. Then I went back home. I was only in ABC Appalachian Bible College for a year because I was getting bad grades because I was like working all the time, and I was always trying to find free money online, scholarships, grants, surveys, where they pay you money to fill it out, and you know, all kinds of things that can help you for your future. So I was spending all this time doing everything. As I was doing work study. I was working in the kitchen as like a dishwasher and a server. Every single meal I was doing something in the kitchen, counting the people as a cashier, you know, washing the dishes in the afternoon, at night, and like every meal, 3 meals a day, and then studying, going to classes every single day, doing a little bit of like ministry on the weekends too, and then I was online all the time trying to memorize my vocab like all at once, like the whole year of vocab for the English class there. And I was trying to, you know, do everything all at once. Like I wanted to have all my Bible verses memorized, like my first week at ABC, or my second week, and I kept on trying to get it done, but then I wasn't able to put it all in my brain. And I was trying to like stuff everything in my brain, where I just memorized like 500 new words for the English class, and a bunch, like hundreds of Bible verses that we're supposed to learn throughout the whole school year, and all the other stuff for all the other classes. And so I was trying to cram everything into my brain, and I was sleeping like 3 or 4 hours a day, and so there wasn't like a lot of time to reflect. But then again, I was doing some reflection at times, but a lot of things was happening, and so then I ended up just failing a lot of classes, and then I was losing financial aid, and I was thinking about my mom, and I was thinking about myself, and thinking about a lot of things. I was very distracted. In 2006 and 2007 is when I was at ABC, my second college, and so I basically dropped out, or they told me to go, or you know, somehow pay for the money. You know, I could continue, but it kind of wouldn't be a good idea, they thought, because I was in the office of the like the counselors and stuff at the school, and they were telling me, you know, your grades are slipping and stuff, and I think you should go home. And I went home, and my parents were getting a divorce around 2007, and it was finalized in 2008. My mom got married again in 2009 to Bill Cunningham, and then Larry Missile in 2012. Because Bill died, then Larry had a wife that died, and then they found each other, and that was good. It's a great love story, and they got together, and it was good. So my mom's okay now. Long story short, my mom's okay now. But at the time, I was thinking about it and worried about her and everything else, myself and everything else, doing all this kind of stuff, like I said already a second ago, doing all these things, thinking about all these things, worry. A little bit too much of worrying and distracted, and I was also making a little bit some videos and writing and stuff, and you know, meeting people and playing basketball and playing volleyball with all these kind of people, and then kind of falling in love with like Jennifer, or liking her, whatever. She's interesting girl, or is that her name, or what was it? In my life, I kind of do that a little bit too, because the first girl I liked was like Tiffany Cumbo. Lived in 170, and I met her when I was like 5 years old, and started liking her throughout my life until she died in 2003, and that was really sad. Sometimes people die, and we made a video of that with Matt Kurtz, and that was good too. A little bit interesting, but so, you know, I'm just a typical guy. I'm 32 years old right now, born in 85 and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, so sometimes people die, and sometimes you fall in love, and sometimes it's not right. But I made a big deal about it or something, and I wasn't really sure, and I talked to people about it when I like a girl or something, and I talk about them. So in other words, you know, so I was distracted and everything in my life, a lot of times in my life, you know, with everything that I wanted to do, with everything, you know, career-wise and love-wise, and everything else, and you know, and it was difficult. How many times have I talked about this? It was difficult, like, in school, whenever I'm in school, I went to 4 colleges, and like I said, the 2 colleges, the Bible colleges, then I stopped, and I worked with the Salvation Army in a Revolution in Hawaii, and that was good, and I had problems and stuff, but really good for the most part, pretty good and very challenging, good to help people and stuff in Hawaii, and I did that, and it was really interesting with the other people, really great, interesting people too. One of them died, and it was really interesting, and stuff, and doing this, doing that, all this kind of work and stuff in my life and everything, and I really want people to understand how interesting, great, and amazing and terrifying it all was and everything, and the ups and downs of a life and a testimony, everything, and the light that shines in a dark world kind of thing. That's kind of where I am kind of thing. But I really want people to know the real me. So I still gotta work on that. But I'm not really to that point of being able to tell my story completely about everything. And I really want like a website that can have my my diary, as long as it's not censored. I mean, I have a little bit of it on Blogspot. And oh man, do I sound like CJ? Hopefully not in a bad way, but not to say that he's bad either. But I'm just saying, I still got a lot more to say. Obviously, I can talk forever, but really got to go and work on everything, and because I'm being distracted already right now, like I always do. I'm gonna stop this video right now, but you know, whatever floats your boat. Eat more oatmeal. Okay, take care. Good luck. Eat more oatmeal. Have some fun. Go watch the podcast from Scott Adams, because he's very insightful. If you want, give him a try. He has my middle name, Scott. I really like that, Scott Adams. A lot of other people too. Cernific, for example. I try to name drop every time I make a video, just in case somebody needs to know or something. Go to infowars.com, drudgereport.com, whatever. Go, whatever floats your boat. Take care. Good luck.